Get back in your dad hole, she said. Another name for a man cave. Who's doing the intro this time? I think it's Kurt's turn.
I'll do it. I don't like doing scripted stuff.
It's not scripted. I didn't write mine down.
It seems scripted.
It's because it's natural or whatever.
That was disgusting.
What, my intro?
No, his mouth.
His mouth disgusting. Here, give me a break here. I'm collecting these cans. I need money.
I guess. Did you just rip ass?
No.
That was the chair. That was the chair.
That was actually one of the things that Ashley said the other day. She's like, or no, I think she said it, and Brandon said it one day at work. He's like, if Adam ripped ass, he would own up to it. I'm like, yeah, I'd be fucking proud of it. Be great. Like,
all I heard was me. Bert. But speaking of Bert, hello, welcome to episode 3 of Damn, That's Podcasting. The podcast where we talk about whatever we want to talk about, and hopefully you like it. And if you don't, watch another podcast.
Yeah.
You can find something else. I'm Kurt, or Karts, or however it shows up. I never have anything witty to say. I'm just here for comedic relief. And with me, as always, we have...
I'm Owen Brody. I don't know who's going next. I was like, is he going to introduce us? I don't know. I'm Owen Brody, also known as Micah, also known as... we don't know yet. We haven't come up with a third nickname for me.
Hat Boy.
What's that? Tatooine Hat Boy. That's right. I forget to wear a different hat this episode. Oh, man. We're recording all these episodes at once. We don't wear the same clothes every day.
Or maybe we do.
Maybe we do. Fuck you then. You don't wear the same clothes? Fuck you.
Speaking of clothes, I'm Murdoch, also known as Adam, also known as the guy who drinks Liquid Riot.
Liquid Riot?
Liquid Riot.
Where did you get this?
I got this from a guy named Kurt.
Oh.
He left it at my house after WrestleMania.
I think I know that guy. He might be over here.
Pointing the wrong way for me.
It's pointing the right way for me, and this is the one that matters.
Well, you know what they say.
What do they say?
Damn, that's podcasting.
That's our goal, right? Is after every episode, you're just gonna hit the stop button, hopefully not early, and you're gonna go, damn, that's podcasting.
Or you're gonna say, that's what I call pod racing.
Only if you're Anakin Skywalker.
Or you're a Tatooine boy.
But here's the thing, though: the people who are listening and aren't watching on video are gonna think that they're up until that comment. They're gonna be like, "Oh, does he tattoo people? Is he tattooing people?"
No, he's actually a fan of Star Wars. He's wearing a lovely hat by the folks at
BustedTees.com. I like how you looked over to the...
Yeah, you're over here. People don't know. We actually all live together. We're in different rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually in that room over there. Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Kurt's downstairs, so he can't really do that.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
I'm locked in the basement.
We're also not telling the truth, but it's fine. We tell the truth on 73% of this podcast.
Like 69%.
Nice.
50% of the time, it works every time.
That's right.
It's true. But we are recording these back to back to back. I think we said this last time.
Yeah. We might be recording back to back to back to back to back to back to back. It just depends on when we feel like stopping. Or when our significant others are like, "You done yet?"
Or when I want to change this shirt.
That'll be the big test. We'll all just change shirts.
No. Based on previous episodes, the big test is peeing at the same time. That's the big test. Not like, oh, hold on, guys, gotta pee. That's the big test.
Yes, because I have drank copious amounts of beer. So.
I had an energy drink earlier, and I said in previous episodes, I drink 1 and I pee out 3. We're gonna test it someday.
I mean, you also have like
what is that? It's like a gallon
of water.
Oh yeah, this is a lot of water.
Is that a big gulp?
It's a Stanley.
We're just hoping to get some sponsors from this, so that's why we're doing this.
Yeah,
you're not a sponsor. All the things we've said is just the shit we like.
Yeah, like BustedTees.com. Love their shirts, love their hats. They're great.
And if you're not watching this, it's a giant black Stanley Cup.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the Stanley Cup that's on NHL, but it's just all black, and he's drinking out of it. That's why we thought it was crazy how big it was.
The audio version of the podcast that has 90% visual clues.
Again, we tell the truth 73% of the time. You have to watch the video to see if we were right. Yeah, get him to do it twice.
Well,
so let's recap really quick. So last episode we talked about the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
We talked about the bathroom you could lean your head on the sink.
The trash monster.
We talked about trash monsters. We talked about
pooping.
Boy.
We talked about Arns.
We talked about Arn.
Yep.
We talked about unfortunate people passing out and
cracking
their heads open.
I'm a little worried about you, Kurt. Do you have a lot of like crows that follow you around?
No, but when I drive on the street a lot of street lights. Yeah, that's it. Lights on the street lights. That makes sense.
For
they turn off.
Oh,
a lot of street lights.
Yeah.
You just had to show them how you curl your hand into a C to show them that it is a street light.
Street light.
Yeah, it's a C light.
So speaking
flat lights.
Speaking of driving,
I can't even do that. I can't open my hand still.
Speaking of driving, do you guys wave at people who drive the same type of car as you?
I used to back when I had a WRX because you have the Subi wave.
Okay, so there's the Jeep wave. I don't drive a Jeep, but I was like, why does Jeep get to have all the fun? I'm like, there's a Nissan. What up? And they're like, I don't know you.
That's awesome because I was gonna say, what the fuck is wrong with both you guys? Who does that at all? I'm like, oh look, you got a Subaru. Hi.
No,
cars you.
It's not that. It's like it's a Jeep thing because it's like a sign of
Jeep
respect.
is like this. Like you gotta like do this thing.
That's what people do. He's holding up two fingers, by the way.
Two at the top. Yeah,
that's what people do when they have like motorcycles, not when they have Jeeps.
Well, cars felt left out, so they're like, "All right, we got to do this thing, brother. We're gonna."
They're like, we're like bikes, but we have 2 extra wheels.
Maybe I'm completely different than all of you, including people listening. But I've never heard of that at all.
You've never heard of the Jeep wave?
Like I've gone by like people and been like, wow, their car is really cool, but I've never been like, oh my god, you have a Jeep and I have a Jeep. Let me put 2 fingers out. I don't know.
You've never had a Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that you know about my whole life.
It's part of the purchasing process, I hear. Like when you buy a Jeep, they're like, okay, now there's the Jeep wave, and then they make you take an oath and they take a little bit of blood for some reason. I don't know.
Well, it's probably because I had a Jeep Cherokee, so it's a little different.
When did you have a Jeep? You had a Jeep Cherokee? Years and years ago, probably.
Well, ipso facto, it was my parents' car, but yeah.
Okay.
It's the same kind.
Okay. But so you weren't part of the purchasing process. Ask your parents about the Jeep wave. They probably know. They're probably like, yeah, we didn't think you'd ever find that out. But Adam, sit down for a minute.
We got to have a conversation.
Yeah, we can have a conversation.
Never had that talk. You're talking about the Jeep wave.
Yeah, we never had that talk. They just let me figure it out as we went,
Do you get emotional attachment to people you drive behind for long periods of time?
Not emotional, like unless it's rage.
Oh, you don't ever like me specifically because I have a long commute during the winter, so it takes me like sometimes an hour and a half
just to
get
winter.
Home. The winter?
Just the winter.
Just in the winter.
Winter is coming.
It's longer in the winter.
That's what she said.
No, it's shorter in the winter.
But like you drive with somebody for like a really long time and then they take an exit and you're like, so long, my brother.
Yeah, you have that like scene in your head from Fast and the Furious where he goes off the other exit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same thing.
Okay, so I can understand that under one scenario. The scenario being like you're driving, you're kind of far from home. There's someone with the same state license plate as you, and you're like, "Oh man, yeah!" And then they're like, they get off at an exit, and you're just like, "Enjoy." That's the only thing that I can think of where I'm like, "Oh man, yeah, we're sticking together."
I only think that you guys have the same fucking weird things. I mean, I talk about pooping, but you guys, like, I don't know anything about. I just drive my car to where I need to go.
You don't think about anything when you drive?
Yeah, but not the people that are around me. That's why I get in so many accidents.
Yeah, I mean, so
But
when we drove down to Florida, there was a car that had Vermont plates, and they like sped up past us, and they were like waving their hands, and then I'm like, oh hey, and of course my kids are like, do you know them? I'm like, well, they're from Vermont, and they're like, do you know them? And I'm like, no.
You're like, so chances
don't.
are, yes.
Like, it's possible. It's very possible. But no, I've never really had an emotional attachment to someone I've been driving by. Like, I can't really think of a time where I'm like, oh, I'm sad to see that Dodge Neon go.
Specifically a Dodge Neon.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
I hate this because I can't relate to this at all. All I'm trying to do is pass the person to get the fuck to where I need to go. I'm not even like.
What we're learning through this podcasting process
is that Kurt and Obro are long lost brothers.
Well, no, there's like two of us that relate to like
person.
certain things, you know. There's like, it's so funny. No, not all three of us relate on the same thing, and I think that's what makes this fun. And hopefully people listen to it. Yeah, it's the dynamic.
The other thing that makes it fun is I've had this search window up of Spice Girls since the first episode. I'm gonna close it out right now. So if we could put a graphic up for R.I.P. Spice Girls.
Which is funny because if people didn't get the beginning of the podcast, we were talking about how we record this like all at once. And he's like, I've had this up since the third episode. You'd be like, damn, 3 weeks of Spice Girls? What the hell? Either he doesn't use his computer a lot or he's a friggin' Spice fan.
Or he's obsessed with them.
Obsessed.
Hey, listen. You guys have an emotional attachment to people that leave exits on the highway. I have an emotional attachment to the Spice Girls. So I left it up, but we just closed it out. So if we could throw up a graphic for...
Yep.
R.I.P. Spice Girls.
R.I.P.
Episode
Spice
1 to
Girls
episode 3.
browser.
And now they're gone. They're really, really gone.
I'm not letting it happen. I'm not letting it register with me that was funny.
Oh man!
All right, so I know that this is like basically our whole podcast. But...
So here's what's funny, right? So I sent like a message out to a friend, and I was like, "Oh, I'm recording a podcast." And they sent me a message like, "I'll get you back in a minute. I'm recording a podcast." I'm like, "Oh, what's it about?" I'm like, "I don't know," and I just left it at that.
It's about nothing, but about everything.
Oh,
what I summed our podcast up about is like. It's Seinfeld if you're a Seinfeld friend, right? Seinfeld
friend?
Seinfeld friend? Is it like Friends and Seinfeld?
Depends on how emotionally attached you are.
Friends.
But it's like that because it's about nothing, but it's about everything
all at once
in your life. Like literally, it's anything that we start talking about. Basically, where we got the idea for this podcast is when we're doing a party chat for gaming. We're like, this would be a good podcast because we just literally will play a game and unfortunately not really care about the game we're playing.
Like when we play Rocket League and just send messages.
Yeah, we send messages to the other team or we're just talking the whole time when we're losing by like 20 goals. You know, it's not. Yeah.
I don't think we've ever lost by 20 goals on Rocket League.
Maybe like 5 or 6,
definitely 5. 5 6. Definitely 5.
I think that's why we did this because it's just random things that people talk about. And so I don't know if you guys care. I'm gonna throw something out there at you. This might be getting really like personal.
He's confessing his love to us right now.
There it is.
There it comes.
When you left that exit, Kurt.
Yeah.
I saw your main plates.
Uh-huh.
And I felt an emotional connection to you. No, what I was gonna say was I guess and this is a tough one. And the only reason I bring this up is because I had surgery about like a month ago. We'll say now. That would make sense. Well, wrong eye.
4 days ago.
It wasn't that long ago, but I'm saying
right. But when this episode comes out, it would have been like a month
ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had to. One of the things they asked me when I was in there, and this is something that you guys probably don't think about a lot. I don't anyway. Is they said like, do you have a will or do you have something written of what you want to have happen to you or your belongings when you pass away? And like that's a crappy thing to think about, but that could be reality with any type of surgery you have because you don't know what's going to happen. So that made me think of this topic for all of us to talk about. When you die, what do you want to happen to your body? Like, do you like, what do you want to happen to you? So I'll let you guys go, and then I'll say my piece. But like, I don't know if you guys have ever thought about that, or like it's a hard thing when you have a significant other, because then you're talking about another family and like what their traditions are. So, what do you guys think?
Well, you know me, I'm like the ultimate prankster. So like, I think if I knew I was gonna go, I would make like a video, one of those like, if you're watching this, I'm already gone, like videos, you know, and it would just be hilarious, and I would just be like, I would make shit up and be like, yeah, well, you know, so-and-so confided in me that they did this and like they robbed this bank or like some shit like that. Like that's what I would do. Or I would be like, I'm actually not in the box, guys. Or like, I think my video, I picture like my casket, right, being up on like a stage, right? And then like a video screen being behind it. And then I come up and I'm like, bet you're wondering why I brought all you guys here, huh? Some shit like that. I'm morbid.
I think you'd be more like, welcome to a bonus episode of Damn That's Podcast.
Hey, the bonus episode.
From the grave.
Please just release this episode, as I pass a flash drive over to some guy who looks at it and goes, what the fuck is this thing? I haven't seen these in years.
It's my favorite impression. What the fuck's this thing here?
I usually bust that voice out when we're playing video games, but it's made a entrance into the podcast.
The foot fetish carnival barker.
Is that what we decided?
I mean,
step right up here and let me suck your toes, and no one's gonna have any idea what that means. But that was also a random thing that happened in Rocket League.
Oh, hashtag inside joke.
I mean, I guess when it comes to like, we can look at it from a perspective like that, where, I mean, I've thought about it. I'll probably just get cremated. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the long and short of it is I'm dead. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I hate that you said that, because that's my answer. So I was talking to my wife about it, because I'm like, you know, like, what would you want to do? Like when I was growing up, I don't know about you, but like my family was like, oh, we have a plot for like the whole family. I'm dead.
Like, yeah.
So I could care less. If you want to donate my body, sure. If you want to feed me to pigs, if you want to cremate me, whatever you guys want to do, because guess what? I'm not there. So I don't really care. But I also think about, like, you know, I have my wife and I have my mom and my dad, and I told you they were divorced in the previous episode, you know, spoiler. But like, what happens if one of them wanted, like,
your remains?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, that was what I was thinking. Is like, those are things I don't think people think about. Is like, maybe
like they bring you to a taxidermist and they keep you
or do
around.
they like split me up like it's like cocaine?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you get this one and you get this half, and we're gonna put some other stuff in it to make it so there's more of him. And is that actually something that happens?
90% just firewood ashes when you're cremated, right? It's not like really your remains.
Have you been cremated?
No, but I read an entire article on this like a month ago.
Well,
I heard it
there
was
you
like
go.
a mixture of other people too, so it's even worse.
Probably is. You can get your ashes loaded into bullets and people can shoot you.
Wow.
You can also be, not as morbid. You can also be put into the ground, put into the floor, put into the ground as like a tree, so you can be.
No, I want to be put into the
again.
floor. And then
Yeah.
I haunt
You're like, I
people.
want to be put into a bullet, so I can be shot into a target.
The real question here, though, is Murdoch, if you pass, who gets your wrestling belts?
You know what's hilarious that you say that?
You're going to get buried with them.
I thought about what you're talking about.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Because I was thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, so like a lot of the stuff that me and my wife have are on both our names, so I know that she'll be taken care of, in my opinion, for that, because I've tried to plan that kind of stuff. But like, I think about stuff I have, like, you know, like who's gonna get the wrestling belts, right? And I'm like, I don't know. But I pick like, you were the first person that came to mind for me, because you're the only person I know that really loves wrestling, and I thought that'd be good. But then on the other side, I'm like, well, my wife could sell them. Then I was like, who's gonna get my copy of Jungle? Because that could be worth a lot of money too. For
You know what you should do, though, is you should like figure out a way to get the message out to like a bunch of your friends and have them all meet in the same location, and they have to fight, and the winner gets your wrestling belts. That's what it should be.
I could do like an escape room
Yeah.
for the wrestling belts.
Yeah. Or like if you know you're going to go, like set up some like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory type shit, and like bring them to like some sort of thing where they have to complete a bunch of tasks a certain way that you want them to, and then
so I just need to buy like a chocolate factory, and then I'll be
yeah.
My head went to Saw, and it's like, here, stick your arm into all these empty syringes, and you can win possibly a wrestling belt.
Or Jungle Strike.
Or Jungle Strike. Look, whoever gets the highest score on Jungle Strike gets to keep it.
This dude's like, I just put my arms into these needles for Jungle Strike.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean,
That still has the green sticker on it from wherever you bought it for like $6.
$12.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome though.
$12. I'm gonna go get it graded. See how much
You
it
should.
is. That'll be one of the next episodes. But yeah, I mean, that's something that I don't think a lot of people think about. It's like, that was a short like thing to do when you have surgery, but to anybody wondering, I didn't actually have a will done because, like I said, I think a lot of my stuff's jointly owned, but like that's not stuff you think about unless you're having surgery or unless something like that is actually happening. So just something to think about for the future is like, I mean, again, I don't care. You guys seem like you probably don't care what happens to your body, but like, think about if like there's internal. I know that in the past this has happened for me, and it's made my father's side of the family bad when they fought about like different things people were gonna get because it wasn't in a will. Like, I don't want to see stuff like that happen. If I passed away with my family,
You don't fight over dead man's money.
Correct. Like for me, it's all about taking care of the person that passed. Like if I have to take care of them and make sure that they get buried and everything's good, then that's where my money's going to go because I want to make sure that that happens. But like again, wrestling belts. First person I thought of was Micah. Owen Brody.
Who me? Yeah.
But
or
my wife selling them. So then I'm like, well, do I want to give them to one of my buddies, Ron, who shout you out? You probably won't hear it, but see if he would take care of them because then he'd be the person that would sell them. But like, I don't know, just the little things like that you don't think about at all because you're going to be gone. So you're like, screw it, I'm dead. What's going to happen?
Yeah, it's like when you quit a job and you're like, I don't care what happens to that place now. Like, I'm gone. Right? No one has a funeral when you quit a job. That should be a thing, though.
Yeah, it's pretty sad that if I did die, they would just fill my position tomorrow for 7 days. So.
Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, we gotta post it now. Sorry.
And it's too bad that happened to Adam.
Yep.
Well,
Hey.
let's open his position for 7 days and see who applies. It'll be tough.
Yep.
I mean, it's sad, but it's reality.
It is.
Doesn't matter who it is. Still got to move on with life. But that was just something I threw on as one of the topics because it is one of those things that I don't think people, well, one, want to think about, but two, I didn't think about till the doctor brought it up.
Very true. On a more lighthearted note, I got a new topic.
Yeah, no pooping, no dying, no heads exploding randomly. No. Who would win in a fight? Pirates or ninjas? Where is it taking place?
It can take place. So here's the thing. Use your imagination. Pirates and ninjas are just ultimately at war. See, to me, it depends on the environment because obviously pirates are going to be better on the sea and ninjas are going to be better pretty much any other place. But ninjas can swim, and they could swim like and get in quietly into the boat. Fuck the pirates' worlds up. How do you know that ninjas can swim? You know, I've never seen a ninja swim. The closest I've ever been to a ninja swimming is the water level in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's actually pretty good. In what's that game called? You're giving me a lot to work on here. You have a ninja game for PlayStation? Ninja 5? Gaiden? Yeah. Is that what it's? No. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What was the other one? That had a weird name.
Tsushima?
Yeah. So that's both those games, Yeah, Samurai.
I'm
it's really different. Sorry, Kurt. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing.
They are different.
But Ghost of Tsushima, I can never say it, but that game, you can swim.
Ghost of Sushi?
Sushi.
You can swim? Okay, yeah. So that proves that ninjas or samurais
but they're different.
Can swim.
Are ninjas and samurais the same thing?
No.
What's the difference between a ninja and a samurai? Now I gotta look this up.
A samurai is like a high guard of like the emperor. They're shogun. right?
But couldn't they be a ninja too?
No.
Well, I mean, just from what I have researched myself, it looks like the samurai were considerably more powerful in terms of physical fighting and political influence.
Okay,
Yeah, samurais are more of a political group.
so
ninjas are more suited for espionage and are usually common folk. So I think people should understand that.
So
So-
pirates win.
So one of the major differences between the samurai and the ninja is who they exactly are. Samurais were warriors that belonged to noble classes of ancient Japanese society. On the other hand, easy for me to say, ninjas were often mercenaries, and as such, they would often belong to the lower classes of ancient Japanese society. So, like, samurai is like high-class ninjas.
All I would
Sure.
say here's my deal, right?
Okay, but how would pirates
it-
win, though?
Guns.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all
but
I have to say.
They have to find the ninjas. They have to find them.
But then they wouldn't fight them.
Well, I mean, so are we talking like a general like pirates as a whole? Or are we talking like an army of the best pirates, right?
Okay, let's go with pirates. Like there's pirates and ninjas in this world, and they all their goal is to exterminate the other class.
I feel like pirates would win.
Guns. That's all it is.
But
they
their
got
guns,
flint-
but their guns aren't that
They
accurate.
got like what did you say? They have like, I almost said muzzles. They have like flint guns, so they gotta reload them. What are they called?
Flintlock?
That's
so
what it
they'd
is.
get
Flintlock.
like
So
one shot, and that would take
Well,
out one
they're
ninja.
I feel like every pirate movie I mean, again, this is all based off movies.
Of course.
They're pretty accurate with their shots.
Yeah, but
Gotta be to drive the story along.
okay. So have you ever seen a pirate shoot a ninja in a movie?
You ever seen a ninja kill a pirate?
Have you ever seen a pirate ninja movie?
Fair points. Fair points.
Have you ever seen a wolf
The
cry
Rain.
to the blue horn moon?
No, I've never seen that. Never seen that. Is that on Netflix?
No, Disney Plus.
Oh, I have Disney Plus. I don't have Netflix. I'm weird.
That's wild.
That is wild, right? But for real though, I want the viewers and listeners of this podcast to tell us who would win, pirates or ninjas, and why.
Where at?
On the Twitter at Damn That's Podcast, but
without
the A in the damn. So DMN That's Podcast. We'll put it up on
And
the
do
screen.
hashtag
Pirates versus Ninjas.
Yeah, sure. That works too.
That's such a broad hashtag.
Yeah, but then
DNP.
we might find someone else's point of
DNP.
view who didn't hear us.
Ask.
I'm going to search it right now. I'm going to search hashtag Pirates versus Ninjas and see if this conversation is happening out in the Twitter wild.
There's gotta be. It's been like this has been a debate forever, hasn't it?
I feel
I'll
like
be
Early
honest.
internet days.
When I went to the internets, I put in Ninja Verse and Pirate came up. Who would win? It literally
Yeah.
was already there.
It's been a thing.
Here's
there's
what
an
Google
app
says.
Pirates versus Ninjas. They have 3 followers. There's a debate who would win in a theoretical war between pirates and ninjas. Debate on this page and let the battle unfold. 70% ninjas, 10 votes.
I was gonna say
That's a huge
Google,
pool.
Google says this, which is pretty mind like opening. I think Ninja supporters hold the position that ninjas would win, and pirate supporters say pirates would win.
I mean,
I know that's kind of mind blowing.
I feel like that's I feel
this
like
is every
that's
opinion
strange.
ever.
I feel like that's strangely accurate.
That's. I mean, yeah, that makes sense,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's a weird.
do the ninjas have that woman from YouTube on their side
Which woman?
that
What?
wants to be ninja?
What?
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No. What woman?
No.
She wants to be a ninja? What is
You guys
this?
gotta be kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding.
No.
Normally I would be, but I'm not this time.
Out of anyone that doesn't know what this is, Kurt, you never. That's sleep number. That's not what I'm looking
Sleep.
for.
What is your sleep number?
Probably 5.
Is it a 1 to 10 range, or is it a 1 to 100?
Yeah, 5.
He's like, I just like a soft
Pretty
bet.
easy.
I don't
Just
know.
I'm just like a really, really easy person when it comes to to sleep in. I could fall asleep anywhere.
I want to be a ninja. Original.
So some people might call this a racist video. Some people might call it.
that right now, then.
Well, no, she just says I want to be ninja, but she says ninja.
Ninja. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's all.
Well, I'll watch
I mean,
this.
everybody knows about it on YouTube. That's why I'm so surprised you guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have never seen it, but
if
I will.
She's on the team. I'm gonna say I hope the pirates shoot her.
That's very nice of you. I'm Team
It
Ninja.
was.
Am I the only Team Ninja?
I think so.
I think so.
You are.
Wow. And this just proves again why we are the best group of three. There'll be more of
Best
this to
group of
come.
3 that anyone has ever had.
Yep. Yep, we're the lone wolf pack with 3 people in it. Boom, 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 boom.
So
you
not
know
what?
the Norwegian wolf?
The Norwegian wolf pack.
Sorry, that like threw me back. Threw me back?
Threw you
Oh.
back. It threw out your back?
Yep. This?
Damn, that's injuries.
Damn, that's pain.
So, have you guys seen that Dyson brought out a headset with an air purifier?
I did see this, and it looks like the most ridiculous thing in the world.
Okay,
So
I want to try it
just sent
though.
it.
I want to try it. Yeah, it looks like it should be something from the future.
Yeah, it's like a rebreather.
But like
So it
the
reminds me of the
headphones
thing-
got decent reviews.
Out of anyone that would know about headphones, it'd be you.
Yeah, that's how I saw him. I forget what YouTuber was like talking about.
But
him.
it looks like it would suck your ears up.
it looks very cyberpunkish.
It is.
It looks like something that would just, I don't know. It's a cross between the rebreather and like the thing you have in like Grand Theft Auto. If you ever played that, it's the same type of thing.
I have
About
played
your
Grand
mouth
Theft Auto, but I
breathing
don't
underwater?
have that. What is? Oh, when you go underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do.
Scuba tank?
I do remember. Hoobastank? What?
Hoobastank?
Hoobastank?
Ludicrous.
And the reason is you.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be playing a game right now because that's how this podcast has felt like every time we record. It's like, I feel like we should be playing a game because this is just our conversations when we're playing games.
It is, and I'm not a perfect person. So
I'm not either. I don't know the next lyric, or I just
There's
say
many
it out.
things I wish I.
Do you have the lyrics up right now? Are you reading them?
Nope.
You were like looking down very intently. I'm like, he's reading the motherfucking lyrics.
If you really want to know, I looked up Hoobastank and then just realized it just said Hoobastank, so that did not help me with the lyrics at all.
The hoopa hoop?
The Hoobastank.
So I think we kind of touched on this before when we were talking about smelling alcohol.
Oh,
Don't know if that made it in,
No.
but
it'll be perfect for Mike. Oh, bro.
this is a weird thing. I guess I'm a smell boy.
Smell
I'm
boy.
very-
We got Tatooine boys. Smell boy.
Smell boy. Now we know your
Like-
third nickname.
smell boy. Yeah, that's great. But like, do you guys ever like smell something and it immediately triggers a memory? Just me?
So yes and no. Like when I smell like a barbecue, it takes me back to like when I was a kid because we used to have barbecues with my grandparents all the time. So like when I smell like a grill, I'm like, yeah, this brings me back, like a charcoal grill.
But not like a specific memory.
No.
Huh.
I have a weird one, so that's why I kind of made a weird face on camera because I don't really know how to describe it without you guys thinking I'm weird. But hey,
We already
that's the
think
deal
you're
with this
weird.
podcast, right? We just share anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hit
like
the
I
s-
pooped on the Empire State Building.
exactly. Hit the share button, bro.
All right, here we go. Share button. I don't know how to describe the smell. That's why it's weird to me. But when I was a kid, it was just me and my sister, and we used to play Barbies because I had nobody to play with other than my sister.
And then Creed's My Sacrifice plays every time you open up a Barbie.
but like, I'm just gonna say, you guys probably have no idea, but like Barbies have a weird smell to them.
Plastic.
As a dad of 2 daughters, I can agree with you there.
No, they
yes.
have a weird smell, and I'm gonna connect this, and it's not gonna make any sense to anybody other than
You?
maybe Kurt, and a local haircut facility. but one of their like scents for their like shampoo they have is called
It's called
doesn't really matter. One of the ones that they have is it smells just like the Barbies.
Is it the eucalyptus?
Nope.
Oh.
It's that other one they use that's gonna make me go to my goddamn bathroom and look at it. All that's coming to mind is hard stuff, and that's not what it is. Because that would be a bad. No, it's like heavy hitter. That's what it's called.
I have
It's
no
called
idea.
Heavy hitter.
I don't
And
do a
it
lot of
smells
hair products.
just like Barbies.
You don't
I
say?
don't know why, but it does. And it's weird to me because the last time I smelled that was back when I was like, I don't know, 7 years old.
Seven-
Can I ask you a
17?
question?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, here, try this. It's good because it's like conditioner and shampoo together. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I remember taking it out and putting it on my head, and I was like, where are the Barbies? Which doesn't make any sense at all. But
So Adam,
that's
let me
it.
ask you a question. What
Okay.
what type of container does it come in?
A shampoo container, Kurt,
Made out of what?
out of plastic.
Okay. So do you think you're maybe just smelling plastic?
All plastics are created. Kurt.
But I'm just saying.
But it's a
Oh,
different kind of plastic. It's Barbie plastic.
you
But
think
it
they
doesn't-
repurposed a Barbie to make the bottle?
Look it up. Barbie plastic's a real thing.
I don't know if I
not
want to
actually.
Google that
Look
one.
it up at all.
Barbie's plastic.
Barbie's plastic.
Barbie's
brother.
plastic. I think the other side of this that you're gonna say was the smell that you have alcohol related for me, if that's what we're gonna talk about too, is smelling Bacardi rum for me. Brings back pretty much all the parties I went to in high school, which yes, I did drink underage, but drinking Bacardi rum because I used to get a handle of it, which is quite a bit of alcohol. I used to drink it.
Don't all bottles have a handle
Till
of
I
some
got
sort?
drunk. Yeah, it's like the jug though. Have you ever seen the jug of like rum before?
I got a handle.
It's about that size.
Have you ever seen like the big gulps size?
Yeah, but the 7-Eleven big gulps, they don't have a handle.
No.
But technically, like
It's a
anything you hold on to would be the handle, right? So like the neck of a bottle could be considered a handle, do you think?
That's just what they call it.
Yeah, but like handlebars aren't shaped like this. Like this they don't close, you know what I mean? Like a handle like is closed, you know what I mean? Like does this make sense? I mean, probably not to the audio listeners.
You know what I'm gonna do for the audio listeners? It's like kind of a larger container that has a handle on the back of it.
Like a place to
No.
hold it. Like a gallon
Yeah.
jug.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So I think it is in a gallon.
So
or
like
a
a-
half gallon.
like a jug of milk.
Yeah, none of these pictures do it justice
Milk.
that I look up though, because you can't
Milk.
actually see it. It's nothing like milk.
But so no specific like one pinpoint memory.
Oh yeah, there definitely is pinpoint memory. I had a handle of Bacardi one night. I drank half of it, which again, some of the times I think about when I was younger, how I didn't die. No idea how that didn't happen. Coincidentally, I ate a whole large pizza by myself, mushroom.
Gross.
Probably maybe like 3 or 4 hours before I engaged in some fun during my high school years.
Oh, you played like
woke up-
foosball?
No, I woke up in the backyard of this person's house
Oh.
in a lawn chair. And I had a, here's where you can pinpoint the time and what year it was.
Were you
I had a
holding an
West
N60?
Coast-
Oh.
No,
I
I-
was gonna say hold the N64
I,
controller. To your
I had
S,
a West
brother.
Coast, a white West Coast Choppers shirt on.
So early 2000s.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was like 2003, 2004 probably.
Was it a tall tee?
For my t-shirt?
Yeah, like you know, the tall tees were like the big thing back in the day. All the rappers would wear them. Big white t-shirts that would go down to like, I don't know,
Your knees.
low to mid thigh.
No, I'm a big boy, man. I don't think you understand that. So,
Yeah, these guys are big boys too. There was a
it was
rapper called
probably
Big
a tall
Boy.
tee, but it was just my normal shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked to my left shoulder after I woke up in this backyard in the morning, wee hours of 7 a.m. probably.
I love that you know which shoulder, by the way.
It was my left shoulder because I remember sitting in that chair. So if you are visually watching us right now, I did this and saw 2 large mushrooms with pasta sauce on my shoulder and realized that that pizza came up. And anytime I smelled Bacardi after that, I could not drink it anymore.
That's
So that would be my smell with alcohol type of story.
wow. So if you had chewed those mushrooms, it would have been fine.
I would have got bigger,
Yep, you would have. I can't
like-
make the Mario noise.
just like Mario.
Yeah.
What?
Your mic cut out for some reason.
Yeah, it was just a
Your
wow.
mic was like,
Because
nah.
I got too high. I can try it again.
You got Snoop Dogg high.
Yeah, it does not go
Nope.
that high.
Nope, doesn't go that high.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm a Wario. I'm gonna win. Like that.
Oh man. Too funny. Okay, so I know Murdoch doesn't really play Nintendo games. We talked about that in episode 1. But who's your Mario Kart like character?
You guys have one that you go with all the time? Because I do.
Yep.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't? If you don't, you're weird. Sorry.
So that'll be the one game I tell you guys that I play. I wouldn't say a lot, but it is one between Mario Party and Mario Kart. Those are my 2 favorite games.
How come we've all never played Mario Karty? Mario
You guys
Party
probably
or
killed
Mario
me.
Kart?
Mario Bacardi.
Like
Mario
Mario Bacardi, he throws up mushrooms on his shoulder and gets bigger every time and goes.
Wait, wouldn't he get
faster.
smaller if he throws up the mushrooms?
No, because he gets smaller and then he grabs him again on his shoulder and gets bigger. It just keeps going back and forth. So get it, brother? He goes from smaller to bigger to smaller to bigger.
Wow. He's not doing the sound. He's not doing the sound.
No.
Oh, no, I'm not going to keep doing that.
The hint
Anyway.
was not taken.
So to get back to what you said, I like to go between Bowser and his big giant
Okay.
that he has,
Bowser and his big giant.
and
Oh, you're a twofer guy.
Bones. I think
Okay.
it's
Dry
Dry
bones.
Bone?
Dry bones is
Dry
a
Bones.
solid pick.
I'm surprised you don't play as like the dry Bowser. It's like the best of both worlds.
You just blew my mind, Kurt. About that.
Oh, Kurt, who's your main?
Are we talking retro or in the most recent?
I mean,
Probably the most recent.
I would. It's tough to say for me because my main has been like the same throughout. Like I've dabbled in other characters, but I go back to my main.
So normally it's Mario.
Oh, you
'Cause-
are such a loser. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play as Mario because the game's named after him.
Until the most recent one, when it came out with all the DLC, now I just primarily play Link.
Solid,
go.
solid.
Even
Okay,
though
so
that's not
in the
Mario.
in the most recent one, so I'll say mine and then I'll ask this question. Mine is and always has been Donkey Kong.
What?
Yeah, Donkey Kong is my dude when it comes to Mario Kart. I play
Never
as Donkey
pictured you as
Kong in Mario Kart,
DKer.
Mario Golf. Mario Golf was great because he just swung with one hand. Like that's awesome. So, I forgot the question I was going to pose. Oh, wait. Yes. Are you
Caught it.
in the most
Good job
current
catching it.
one? I caught it. Yeah, it was right here. And I was like, wow. In the most current Mario Kart, were you. I saw your face, Murdoch, and it made me laugh. Ah, you motherfucker. Okay. So, in the first, the most recent Mario Kart, are you a kart guy or do you switch to motorcycle?
Kart.
Kart.
Art. It's in his name.
It is. It is. So when my kids, right? Because I'm very good at Mario Kart, and I don't let my kids win. They one
Good.
time
That
made
teaches him a
me.
lesson, like my dad.
Yeah. They one time
Do you
made
bring them
me
over
play.
to your neighbors?
No, no, because I still win. But if they did beat me, I'd bring them over to the neighbors and be like, "All right, now you play him."
You're like, all right, I
wait,
need you to
20
beat my kids for me.
2 of them, so it's $40.
But I if I play in a motorcycle, it's Link in the motorcycle, mainly because his motorcycle is pretty cool.
In the
Most recent.
specific one,
Yeah.
like the one that's made for him.
The one that's made for him. I'm like, this is cool. I'm surprised we haven't played Mario Kart together since we all have like a Mario Kart main.
Well, maybe this needs to be brought together with our Damn That's Incorporated and do Damn That's Gaming and stream it.
Oh,
Damn, that's Mario Kart.
we did try Damn That's Gaming once.
We did.
Yep, but now we got to make it like more frequent.
We should.
Damn That's Gaming is how this all started, but it wasn't called Damn That's Gaming yet. Little did we know. That's what
We have
it
a lot of
was.
Damn That's going on, by the way.
Hey, that's
the
the
umbrella.
brand. That's the brand.
Yeah.
So when someone
Damn
says
That's
Damn That's,
Wrestling.
yep,
Damn That's Podcasting.
yep.
Damn
Speaking
That's
of which,
Gaming.
if you like the Damn That's logo, there is merch. Too soon to
Yes.
drop the merch hint, but there is a website. You can get yourself a Damn That's tee
Yeah.
and a bunch of
It'll be
other.
right on this link right.
I'll throw the link up on the
Here.
screen because I don't remember what the link was.
It'll also probably be here.
It's like it's like
And it'll
damn.
be here.
It's teespring.com, and then if you just
Just
type in
adding
like
so much.
yeah,
It'll also
damn
be right
that's
there.
I'm gonna put it wherever Murdoch's pointing.
Also right over here.
Alex was just gonna say, please stop.
Oh, the gentleman over there said he'd want a Damn That's shirt. So
Well,
we'll
he
get you the
should
link.
he should
All
get
right,
one.
Take this link right here.
Oh my god.
Oh, so if you're listening audibly, tune into the video podcast so you can see what make sense of what just happened.
Well, I'd give him the link, but I don't have it. It's
Well,
somewhere here.
you don't have it because you never played The Legend of Zelda.
Fair.
All I want to know is why is there a princess named Zelda?
Because that's who it is.
Robin Williams loved Legend of Zelda so much he named his daughter Zelda.
He did.
Well,
Well,
all I gotta say is, you want to get some merch? It's at damnthat'smerch.creator-spring.com.
yeah, that's a mouthful.
It really is.
Maybe if we make money off this, we'll pay for like an actual.
We'll get a
URL.
site hosted.
Yeah. At some point, don't hold us to that. You guys gotta.
We'll do it. It's some pretty cool designs there. Whoever created the shirts is a pretty good designer.
Not true.
I would wear one.
Not true.
Also, if you buy the sweatshirt version, you just got to make sure your girlfriend doesn't steal it because the girlfriend's not included. So
That's what I put on the thing. I put a little asterisk because I was like, oh man, yeah, this isn't included.
hey, we don't want to get held up in the status of people thinking they're going to get a girlfriend to
Right.
listen to us. I mean, we're pretty cool.
We're
We're all
very
married. So let's just say we got a good track record going. We're all the Silver Band Gang.
The Silver Band Gang.
there's
Bling,
stuff
bling.
going on. There it is.
But I mean, or boyfriend not included. We want to be equally inclusive.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, true.
But at the same time, you could get a boyfriend. I mean,
But here's the thing, though. I never hear
Silver Band
of
Gang.
anybody's boyfriend stealing their hoodie.
that is true.
See, that's
I have
where I
a lot
got
of
it
close
from.
from past girlfriends that I'm like, I
Still?
used to have this and I don't know where it is.
Hold on. Let's take 4 steps back. Still?
No. I think he's talking about he had clothes that was taken by past girlfriends. Not that
Yeah.
he has
Oh.
past girlfriends' clothes. That would be very
That's
weird.
how I read it.
Yeah. if
I
we-
wear a past girlfriend's
How I
clothes.
read it?
around- on
How-
Reddit.
on Reddit, yeah. How I read it
Yeah.
on Reddit, the tutorial.
What are you drinking?
Energy drink.
Which one?
What's it called?
It's
Hashtag not
Aroma
a sponsor.
Goes. That's not gonna.
Look, he's
It's just
It's-
Rush.
San
Rush.
Francisco Rush.
Oh, remember those games? Remember those games? Like,
They're
but
my favorite. I played
that
them
was-
so much.
that was during a time where like the physics of cars like didn't matter. You would just the cars would be like this way, and then they'd just shift this way and shift that way, and that was like it. San Francisco Rush and Cruising USA, and there was a
Oh, yeah,
Volkswagen
Cruisin'-
one,
Cruising.
Beetle-
Cruising USA.
Beetle Racing,
Yeah.
Beetle Adventure Racing, I think was
Yeah.
the, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That's where I
awesome.
was- Yeah. That and was the Beetle Adventure one? Maybe wasn't. I'm trying to think of another one, but it was like RC cars. And you were like very small cars driving through like a supermarket in one of them.
Yes, I
Um,
do vaguely remember that. There was so
Poker
many good
machines?
like knockoff video games where it's like this game was clearly made because of this other game that was very popular, and I
Warning.
played them all.
Warning. Talking about video games again.
Yeah, we do talk
Yeah.
about video games a lot.
Welcome to the video game portion of the podcast.
Yeah. I thought we were going to hear a sound clip, so I got quiet.
Me too.
I was trying. but
You
that
weren't
does
trying
not
hard
sound
enough.
San Francisco Rush did not sound like that.
Speaking of old games, nothing's coming through.
Still
brother.
nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Microphone's doing its job. It's just reading your voice.
Well, damn, that's podcast.
and end. No, don't hit stop. We're still going. Just messing around.
We are still going. There was an old game on the Nintendo 64 that I thought was a fever dream for the longest time because I'd always bring it up to people, and they went, "What? Glover?
Yes. The glove
Oh,
with the face on it.
Glover.
Yeah. That's a real
Roll around
deal.
on a ball." Yeah, didn't think that was a real game for the longest time, and then I
Yeah.
saw a petition to bring it back, and I was like, "What? That
Wait.
was real."
Yeah.
Do you know another game that I used to play all the time, coincidentally, on my Sega Genesis?
Desert Strike.
Jungle Strike.
I hate you guys so much.
Urban Strike.
No, it was actually called Cool Spot.
Oh, yeah, with a
What?
little
You
red
guys know
dot
what
with the
that is?
sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he off of, though? Wasn't he off of Sprite?
Yeah, I
no.
think so. He's a 7-Up.
Seven
7
Up.
Up.
Yep.
Yep, it
I
was
played
7
that
Up.
game between that and Quack. I'm trying to remember what it's called. Quack something with Quack Shot. Is that what it's called?
I don't remember that one.
Quack Shot was with Donald Duck.
Yeah, I
You
never
guys
played
never
that
played
one.
that?
What a weird.
Remember back when video games had like good like TV spin-offs and like, you know, movie spin-offs and stuff like that, and like the weird like random ass like the McDonald's game for the original Nintendo was like awesome. But now if they made a McDonald's game, it would be filled with microtransactions, and hopefully like you could get rewards points to get like a free fry every now and then. But they'd be terrible.
I feel like we grew up in the best time when it comes to that. Now I'm going to be showing my age, but no.
Oh,
that
I
kind of
do
stuff,
remember
I feel
this
like
game.
It's really cool. Yeah, I just sent a picture to our group. We'll throw it up for you guys. But
Quack
yeah,
Shot.
there's Quack Shot with Donald Duck where you'd shoot plungers, if anybody remembers that type of game. And
At
then there was
Pete.
Cool Spot. But Sega Genesis, again, I'm throwing it out there to connect the rest of the episodes together. Like, Sega Genesis was my thing, man. I would always I would go to Home Vision Video with my dad. We would rent 4 movies, and I'd watch 2 movies one night, because I was with my dad 2 nights in a row, 2 movies the next night, and I'd rent 1 game every single time.
Did you ever
That's what it
play? I think actually this might have been a Super Nintendo exclusive, so maybe you didn't. But it was a game where you were just a lone like unicycle and you raced against other unicycles. It was called Uniracer.
Nope.
It was you get
Are
like
you serious?
Yeah,
Is that
you
a real
get-
thing?
yeah, you get bonus points for like doing little tricks. I think it was called Uniracer.
That doesn't sound like a game that would be entertaining.
Oh, it really was.
Yeah, Uniracers. Here we go. Yeah, legit. It was so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh, my dog's
Great.
barking. Oh, let's see. And actually, I clicked on a thing and guess how much it goes for on eBay? Just this one here
How
that I'm
much?
looking at.
$300.
$139.95. for
Really?
Uniracers. Yeah. Yep.
Last game I'll pull out. Pull out what? Last game that I will,
My
That
pullout
came
game
before
is not
Kurt.
good.
last game that I will talk about that just reminded me because we were talking Nintendo and I think it was on other consoles. Gex.
Yes, the Gecko. I played that on
Yeah.
Sega Genesis actually first.
Oh,
Do you know a lot about that game?
No.
So it's kind of cool. So after he retired, I believe, I'm trying to remember when that game was. I think it was it on PlayStation back in like 2000?
what?
Gex?
Gex? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there was like one where he was a secret agent
Dragon
where he was
Fire?
wearing like a tuxedo.
Yeah. Yeah, it ended. I think it went on for a while, but he retired, and he was actually the Gecko from the Geico commercials.
Yeah, he retired to sell insurance. Yeah, he retired from video games and life of action to then sell insurance. True story.
Yeah, I guess he had some sort of contract negotiation problems with Square Enix, which were one of the ones that kind of developed that game because it was Crystal Dynamics, and they just couldn't come to an agreement, so he left to Geico.
Yep. Yeah, at first he was just
have a Geico sponsor.
Well, at first he was just selling insurance, and no one believed that there was an actual gecko that was selling insurance. And because no one believed it, they decided to just start putting him in the commercials, and that's how it all happened. That's a real gecko that talks. It's crazy.
It really is. I've been doing it for a long time.
It's so funny, like when you think about things like that, where like you're talking about something and you're talking about it in a convincing way that like people believe you. I used to love doing that shit to people all the time. Like my favorite one was I used to work at this retail store.
I've heard this story.
And it was Halloween, and I was helping this elderly couple, not elderly, I mean they were with it. They weren't like old. With this older couple, and they were buying a television. And I was helping them out, and they were like, yeah, oh man, like you know a lot of your stuff. How long have you worked here? And I leaned into them and I said, actually, this is my Halloween costume. I've been around the store for like 2 hours. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, no, you know so much stuff. So they got a manager. They got another employee and said, can we ask for a manager? And they got a manager to come over, and they were like convincing the manager to hire me. And their manager had no idea what was going on. They're like, what? Like, well, huh? And they were just so confused and didn't know how to answer it. And then I eventually fessed up and was like, I do work here, but that was just too fun for me to pass up.
And then they were like, could you get your manager, please?
Yeah, they could do that.
When I complain.
And you're like, but I don't work here. How can you get my manager?
Right, exactly.
So much confusion.
It was fun.
Crazy.
What's the best prank you've ever pulled?
That's a hard one.
I mean, we had our senior prank, which I guess I'll say what that was.
Yeah.
We were trying to do it so in the past for senior pranks, people did really bad stuff at the school that I went to. So like one year they glued, you know, those little tiny like olive oil plastic like containers you can get. They glued a bunch of those to the floor upside down. So when they finally pulled them up, olive oil went all over the floor.
Oh.
They did like 200 to 300 of them, which is terrible. The year that I was a freshman, the seniors in the school did their senior prank, and they put pornography magazines in everybody's locker and then got a master key to unlock everybody's locker's lock and then switched all the locks around. So when the janitors finally unlocked all of them, a bunch of porn came out of the lockers.
That's a good one.
We went the opposite way. And we took two teachers' rooms and we completely moved them to each other's rooms.
That's awesome.
So when the teachers came in the morning, they thought they were in someone else's room because it looked identical. So we took pictures of everything, moved everything around, and that was a harmless prank, but hilarious to see us go into their classroom and realize we were in the other teacher's room.
That's a good one.
I thought it was good because it was harmless.
Yeah.
And it didn't cause any damage.
Yeah. Like we turned all the desks around one time, like just randomly. So they were all facing the other way, including the teacher's desk. We thought that was funny. Kurt, what about you?
Those are like harmless, funny pranks, I think. Like they're not crazy.
I honestly don't think I've done like any pranks.
I could do probably a whole podcast on all the pranks that I've pulled. And almost, I would say almost 50 to 60% of them were not planned at all. They just happened in the moment. And I was like, I gotta go with this. Like the Halloween one, I didn't really plan that until they were like, how long have you worked here? And I'm like, I'm going to say this. Like it wasn't my goal. Like I'm going to get somebody today with this.
It all depends on your confidence level too.
Yeah. There's a great one that Murdoch knows that I won't go into now, but there's a great one with a old employee who thought that somebody was higher up than they really were. And we had a lot of fun with that.
I have a video of it.
Yeah, oh, you still do? I was telling somebody the story, and I was like, "There's a video of it somewhere," and then I didn't think that you had it, but yeah, that's funny.
The one I keep thinking you're gonna tell.
Okay.
So convince some girl.
The
text message
that World of Warcraft existed.
Yes, that it was a real place, Kurt.
Yes.
Okay.
And she believed.
Like legit, real deal. Like. Like to the point where I said that there was a group rate if we all wanted to go, and she was like, "How much?" Like asking more detail. But it was the day the World of Warcraft expansion came out. One of them. It was like the first big one, I think. Burning Crusade, maybe it was Burning Crusade, like the first big one.
Wrath of the Lich King.
Maybe it was Wrath. I don't know. I don't remember.
Was like 3, right?
I don't know. But it was the first like really big one, and everyone was coming in buying it. And I remember saying like, I posted on Facebook a Facebook status that said, my travel agent just hung up on me because I asked them, how much is a vacation to the World of Warcraft? And then someone else said, well, why'd they hang up on you? And I was like, okay, we're off to the races. So then I wrote back, and then this girl was like, wait, it's a real place? And I'm like, yeah, like it's totally a real place. Like, that's why I'm concerned as to why they hung up on me. And it went back and forth, and other people jumped in and they were like, yeah, you just got to watch out for like the wildlife there. It's a little crazy. And legit girl came up to me like at work and was like, okay, is this real? I'm like, yeah, it's totally real. Like we're trying to go. It's near New Zealand. And it went on for like 2 or 3 days. It was hilarious. I wish that I could find the thread on Facebook because it was so funny.
I just Google searched, is World of Warcraft a real place?
Did you find anything?
It says World of Warcraft may be a virtual realm, but the hardware and software it depends on is very real.
Oh.
What a cop-out answer.
Yeah, totally.
It really is. It's a pretty crappy answer because there's no place that's real that's called Azeroth. You're goddamn right.
Azeroth, I barely know her.
One prank I do all the time to my wife, which she hates, and you guys can pick this up if you want to. It always gets her too, because I always be like, "No, I'm not. I'm being serious." Is if I have if I'm hurt, like I have a cut somewhere, I'm like, or she'll like playfully like hit me or do something, I'll pretend it really hurt, and then I'll like, "No, I'm being serious. Look," and then she looks. I do the old Ace Ventura thing to her, where she'll look and then I'll be like to her, and it gets her every single time, no matter how many times I do it. She can even say, "You're just gonna do that thing where you like bark at me, right?" And I'm like, "I'm not. I'm being serious. Like, there's really something wrong with my hand or my neck." Well, there actually is really something.
Yeah, that's why you had surgery.
But nope, it's just a big prank. Don't tell anybody. But
they are just
here.
Oh man.
No, it was just for me to go to her. But no, every single time I do it, it scares the shit out of her.
That's hilarious.
You should try that sometime.
I'm gonna have to. If I can't get my wife, I'll get my kids.
Just right after this ends, just go out in the kitchen and be like, "Are you guys ready for like dinner?" And then be like, your wife's name. Look at this. And then she'll be like, "What?" And you'll be like, "Oh, you cut my neck." And then she'll just it's awesome. It's like the stupidest thing in the world, but it gets them every single time.
That's so funny.
Ways to sleep on the couch.
Yeah. My couch is comfortable.
Yeah, I also actually, because you brought it up, I'll keep saying stuff that I remember, but I went to go see on the right-hand side of our house if like the flowers were growing at all. I don't know how that's flowers.
Like flowers grow this way? Like you're dealing cards?
Yeah, like I throw them out. I'm like, "All right, guys, deal the flowers so they grow." But I realized when I was looking at the flowers to see, I started to go back into the house, but then I looked up and saw the window. So naturally,
to the wall.
This is me coming home.
Yeah, no. The window to the wall. Was it hot out? Was there sweat?
No. Some of the sweat was dripping, but not enough. So anyway, I looked through the window and realized I could see my wife sitting on the couch. And I proceeded to stand at the window for the next, 10 minutes.
I don't have the dedication to do anything like that.
So then she wasn't moving, so I started, scratching at the window. And as soon as she turned around, she flipped out and said that she is so pissed off at me. And it was just... one side of me was like, "This is hilarious," and the other side of me is like, "This window, you can see everything in our house." So really shouldn't leave this open at all, because anybody could just walk by and be like, "Hey, I can see the entire layout of the first floor of their house," because for some reason that window just shows everything. So if you are a burglar, I have guns.
Yeah.
Please don't come to my house.
Oh. And if you were a hamburglar, I don't have hamburgers here, so move on.
Yeah.
Nah,
And if you are a
cheeseburgers, no.
hamburger, I am one. So
Yep.
I love hamburgers.
What?
Do you put peanut butter on your hamburgers? You ever tried that?
No, but that was what you didn't say earlier, right? Because you were like, "Oh,
we
what's the
started
weirdest thing
talking
you
about
put-
peanut butter. Was that last episode?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we never finished because I knew where you were going with that. Because he
Yeah.
puts peanut butter on his hamburger.
It's tremendous.
What?
Try it, dude. Try
I
it.
guess I
I'm,
can't say
He
anything.
said it's
I'm
great.
telling you, for real. Right? There's a restaurant near me that does a peanut butter and jelly burger, and they have like a jelly slaw that they put on it, and that's tremendous. But for real, next time you have a burger, don't put ketchup on it. Just take like the bottom bun and put some peanut butter on there. Put the patty on. You can put, whatever else you want on there, and just try it. It's tremendous.
Does
I
it
still
matter the
haven't tried
type
it.
of peanut butter?
I mean, I always use like creamy peanut butter. I don't use like chunky. I'm definitely a creamy peanut butter guy. But yeah, I also put peanut butter in my oatmeal, which I've also met other people who do that, so that's not as weird.
Do you ever put peanut butter in milk?
With protein powder, yeah,
Okay.
and bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
I have two like meal substitution, like you put it in, you shake it up or whatever. And I bought two different ones. I bought a banana one and I bought a peanut butter. So I do a scoop of each.
There you
and it's
go.
great.
That's the way to
Can't
do it.
beat that.
Hashtag life hacks, guys. We're teaching you about life.
Life hacks.
Life hacks. Or life hacks.
Lying
Somebody said
facts.
something about Cool Ranch Doritos
Nope.
and chocolate ice cream.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lie. Remember when we said at the beginning of the episode we tell the truth like 73% of the time? I think that's when we don't.
I've never tried it, but that's what I hear. Also, someone said, and I did try this, and it was all right.
Who's the
Cool
someone?
Ranch, the internet.
Oh.
Just Googled weird food combination.
Cool Ranch Doritos and sour cream, which is actually pretty good. But I feel like anything that you put
Oh.
sour cream on is pretty good.
I don't like sour cream.
Triggered triggered that
That
just
unlocked a core
sparked
memory.
Yeah. So
Trigger me timbers.
this is true. Wow. Pirates win. So barbecue Fritos, like the honey barbecue twist ones.
Oh.
Twist.
What is it?
In cream cheese.
Okay. Me and the honey barbecue twists, we have a bad relationship.
I never tried them.
One time I was home from school sick. I was throwing up.
No.
I couldn't hold anything down. The only thing that I could eat were those honey barbecue twists. And I was so like sick that I couldn't get up off my bed. And the only movie that was, and it was obviously because your PlayStation only holds one disc. I went to play a game and there was a movie in there and it was not another teen movie. And I just watched that on repeat over and over and over. And I remember I hadn't seen it and I put it in to watch it and I fell asleep and then woke up puking. So I'm eating these flavor twists, honey barbecue deals, and like I could not keep anything else down but those. So anytime I see those, all I think about is how I was so sick and I watched Not Another Teen Movie so many times. But it took me a few watches to actually see the whole thing, because I'd fall asleep during parts of it because I didn't sleep well.
That is a guilty pleasure movie for me. I think it's hilarious.
Dude, those movies in general are a guilty pleasure movie for me. Like the spoof movies, so good.
Sometimes I think the most recent ones are terrible. I tried to watch. Is it called So Fast? It's supposed to make fun of Fast and the Furious.
Oh
the
yeah,
other night, and I shut it off,
after like, I guess. Yeah, I think Not Another Teen Movie might have been like the last good one. Because
they're counting how many concussions he gets. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that was so funny. But then some of the
You
other
ever
ones,
seen
like
that, Kurt?
Nope.
Meet the Spartans, was like one that was terrible.
I think that was like the one you just said. Meet the Spartans was like when it started to go off off the edge.
Off
if
the
you
edge.
will. If you will.
Kicked in the chest, daddy.
So speaking of vomiting, though, going
Uh-oh.
back to that,
Uh-oh.
Adam kind of knows this story because I brought it up. There's a morning that I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna prep my lunch, but also like I'm gonna eat something. So do you know like the Suddenly salad, like pasta salads that you can buy?
Yeah.
So my wife was gone. She was out for like an early birthday weekend or something. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make this. And all you need to do, you just boil water, like super straightforward. Like I'm not a chef. I can grill, but I'm not a chef. And you just boil the water. Then at the end, you drain it. You put some oil on it, and then you put the seasoning packet. You're done. And I was like, cool. Like, I'm like, I'll eat a little bit now, pack it up, bring it for lunch, so that way I don't need to buy any food or anything like that. There's those decorative oil like containers you can buy, right? Like the glass.
Yes.
Yeah. So there were one of those with oil that's probably been sitting in it for 6-7 years.
Ooh.
So
I already know where this is going.
I used that oil.
Oh boy.
It smelled like gasoline, and I mixed it all together, and I went, after I mixed it together, I was like, oh man, I wonder how old that oil was. I probably should use different oil. And I was like, it's fine. Oil can't go bad. It can.
It can. That's why you have to get oil changes in your car.
It smelled so bad. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take a bite because it just smelled a little weird. I'm like, maybe it's just my nose. I could not even chew one of the noodles. The second it hit my tongue, I projectile vomited.
Ugh.
And I could not get that taste out of my mouth because you know how like oil just coats everything?
Yeah.
I could not get that out of my mouth. So then after projectile vomiting, I was just dry heaving for like 10 minutes straight. And it was
terrible.
the worst experience.
That's terrible.
So, I don't know how this is segueing into this. Segue. Picture the gentleman on a Segway.
Yes. Throwing up.
So, I had mozzarella cheese and like fresh mozzarella. So if you ever get that, you like cut, it's like a big slab and you cut it up. Right?
No, you just take the whole thing and start chewing on it, right?
Yeah, it's just a giant.
You could do that.
Yeah.
But there was one in there, and I was like, you know what? We don't have a ton of food in the cabinet right now. In the cabinet, because I just get food from the cabinet.
Yeah. Better than the closet.
There was crackers.
There was crackers. Your friend.
Too many throwbacks.
I know. You have to listen to every episode to get all these jokes.
Saltine crackers. Use a different version of crackers. And I grabbed mozzarella cheese, and we'd had it in the fridge, I'd say like a week. So I didn't think that was really that long, right? Of course, I say the same thing every time. To my wife, hey, do you think this is still good? Her answer always is, yeah, probably.
You didn't sniff check?
Oh, it smelled like cheese, man. Like, what is cheese smells like cheese,
Yeah,
right?
cheese does smell like cheese. It's the color of it you gotta watch out for.
And it was white. Everything looked normal. So I was like, sure. So I'm like, let me just eat a piece of the cheese. I'm not even going to put it on a cracker, right? I have never in my life had something that I ate go down my throat and hit my stomach and have it come back up that fast in my entire life than this mozzarella cheese. I remember saying, do you think this is still good, to my wife? And she said, yeah, you should just try a piece. And I said, sure. And I take it and I put it in my mouth. I chew twice and swallow and immediately go, nope. And then I ran to the bathroom and threw up.
And then did she run in and she goes, that's for barking at me all those times.
No, she said, guess I was wrong. That's the only time that I know of, though, recently. Like, I was like, I've never had that happen. Like, normally, you eat something, and a couple hours later, you're like, that wasn't good. Like, the time we were playing Call of Duty, and I said, I'm going to shit my pants. And then I came back, and you guys were just held up in a convenience store.
Yeah,
but, yeah, I might have had McDonald's that night for the first time in like a year. So,
Oh,
it's
man.
crazy how your body knows, like, instantly. Like, do not. And it just
don't
makes
do that.
you live
Yeah. Like your body's like, Kurt, what the fuck's wrong with you? This is 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, man.
Probably not eat this.
Yeah. But I won't make that mistake twice.
That's too
I hope
funny.
not on 7 or 8 year old.
It was then washed out and then replaced. So can't
Solid
have that
plan.
issue
Solid
for
plan.
another 7 to 8 years.
Well, hopefully it doesn't take us another 7 to 8 years to get together and record this podcast again.
Yeah.
I think we've had some pretty successful episodes now. I think.
We
We
hope.
think.
Yeah. How many listens do we
so.
have, Murdoch? Can you pull up the report?
All right. Well, just judging by my lucky T-shirt, I'd say that I got
At
probably a
least
solid
3.
3.
Yeah. For those of you that don't remember, we recorded the first four episodes.
3?
Three?
3. Where are you?
Three. Yeah, we
There's only 3.
we recorded them
I know
all.
you're getting caught up on Arn Anderson.
Yeah, that's what it was.
4, but
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
it's
I'm
only
gonna
been
label
3.
this episode 4, and there won't ever be an episode 3, just so I can be right. But we recorded all this at once, so so we don't know any of the demographics or anything. But we hope it's successful. And yeah, it's about that time. Kurt, you want to wrap us up? No one peed this episode. What happened?
Nope. We all held it in.
Yeah.
Empire State Building, motherfucker.
And what they don't see is like the second this ends, we're like, all right, bathroom. See ya.
I already got like the little arm of my chair lifted up so I can escape real quick.
So yeah, this was Damn, That's Podcasting, episode 3 or 4, depending on where you're at, apparently.
Or what I name it.
Or whatever the episode's gonna be titled.
Remember, we tell the truth 73% of the time.
73%
Every time.
every time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and then we'll see you guys in the next one. And if you have any recommendations, I know that we have an idea of like a mini. I don't know if it will be a full blown episode, but we have an idea of a mini episode coming up. That's gonna be a tournament.
It
But,
might be. It might end up being full blown.
yeah.
Actually, by then, right? Maybe people could send their ideas for tournaments.
Yeah. Send some
know-
ideas for tournaments. You want to see us put a bunch of the
Something-
same like things in a tournament and figure
Yeah.
out which one's the best?
Could be video games. Could be
Grandma's meals.
Yeah.
grandma's meals. Could be Sunday night meat.
Sunday night meat.
Be your favorite dump meals in crock pots. Could be your favorite beer. That'd be a good one because
It would be a
Nope.
terrible one. I'd be like,
Be a
I'm just
terrible
the guy.
exactly you would be the crucial point.
I know. I'd be like, well, I like
He's
the label.
tiebreaker.
I like the label
You're
on
the
that
tie.
one.
I like that. That's how, you know what? That's another episode. But that's how I pick my beers, man.
Yeah.
Like that label's really cool. I got to try that one out.
There you go.
Are we still rapping? I guess we're rapping.
Chicka,
All right,
chicka,
so that's
sorry.
the end. Adios.
See ya.
Arrivederci.